Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to one and all to Mastek's Redwood advisory session. This is our third session in the series of human capital management. And today we're going to speak about Redwood in ORC, benefits, compensation, and HRHD. So I'm going to be your host. My name is Vishnupriya, and I lead the practice of HCM for Mastek. I have along with me Milan Chandra, who's our expert in ORC, comp, HRHD, and benefits, who would take us through the details of what we can expect in Redwood. So the agenda of today is going to be simple. We're going to talk what Redwood is about, why do we need Redwood, what's the background of it, and then what to expect, when to expect it, and what's going to be Mastek's way of moving along on the journey of Redwood. And we will close on this webinar while opening for a Q&A session. So what's basically Redwood, right? So we've heard a lot about people talking about Redwood. Redwood is everywhere. Now, what is Redwood? It's a simple UI change. So like, most of us would have moved from classic to responsive. So this is another UI change. So then what's the hype about Redwood? Is it comes up with a lot of interactive features, thereby making the entire Oracle application very simple to use, very intuitive, and more responsive for the user. So when we say user, it's not just our end user, but more like the business users, our customers, partners, employees, anybody and everybody who's got a touch point to the system. So just to break the ice on Redwood, it's no brainer. It's a simple user interface change. And we as Mastek are going to be there with you in this journey to help you go over this entire process. So, okay, there's been movement from classic to responsive to Redwood now. So what are the advantages that we see on using a Redwood UI? So the basic fundamental reason of why Oracle is moving to a different Redwood UI or a different UI is to get a very consolidated user experience across all its portfolio. So Oracle has got various technologies and applications, and they want to give a unified experience to every customer wherever they touch the Oracle system. So that's one of the major reasons. And obviously, while bringing such changes, Oracle has collated a lot of feedbacks that it's received from the previous UIs, be it classic or responsive. So for example, reducing the number of clicks that I do to finish a transaction, the look and feel of it, how mobile friendly it is. So and with all the new AI that we have, so this Redwood UI comes up with some native features. And Oracle is also proposing to bring a lot of Gen AI features, some of it already available in 24A, but it's going to, Oracle is going to keep expanding that area, and it's all going to be on the Redwood. So Redwood UI then is how it becomes more intuitive, because you've got a lot of Gen AI and AI features, which is native AI features as well. Small nudges, small changes in the look and feel brings a lot of impact to the end user. And that's what Oracle is trying to achieve by making changes in the Redwood UI. So apart from just the UI feature, it is also on how adaptable this UI is going to be. So there's going to be a different framework called business rule framework, which we will detail a bit in the following slides. So this is a very high level Redwood roadmap. So if you see, it starts from 23D. So, some of the features have already been delivered last year in the last quarter. And then there's some in this first quarter. So, and it's a progress. So Redwood is not like I do it today and I'm done, right? Yeah, for some modules, it could still be that way. But for most of the modules within the HCM, it's a journey that we have to be on. And so when we say it's a journey, it's because Oracle would keep releasing certain part of every transactional feature or every configurational feature in every module as it goes. So today, while we know what has come up in 23D, 24N, and what's planned for 24B, there are certain pages which are not clear on what's going to come up in C24C and 24D, and Oracle would give us notice in terms of at least a quarter by which we will know what kind of features are going to come. So, the UI changes are divided at three major levels. One is the ESS MSS, which is the end user impact, like an end user self-service and manager self-service. How we handle personalizations, and how as an admin or a specialist, let's say a HR admin or a HR specialist, how is that going to be different for you? So what we've done is to decomplex. So most of you must have seen this small, graph that we've put here, which is, usually in the docs of Oracle, right? Where it says what we are going to deliver. And if you see, it's going to be deliver till 25B. So what we've done is just to consolidate and put it in very simple terms on what you can expect and what you should expect and when you should expect it. So if you look at, the newly provisioned points. So for example, if you're a new customer who's just started your implementation journey, you would already receive your pods. That's your instances, which are Redwood enabled by default. And this will be monitored by Oracle. So this is common across any module that you take as a new pod. And this is effective since 24A, which is now. For current customers, so there's going to be a comparison between what is a new Redwood page and what are the acceleration options that we can bring. How do we adopt to this ESS and MSS? So this is something that we should be doing in this cycle of 24A. Learn self-service is one which is ready already, and as Mastek, we have implemented Learn self-service for some of our customers already on Redwood. And goals and performance is basically, it depends on the business usage. So depending on the performance cycle and the review cycle, you would have to consider when do you want to go and move on to, the Redwood. So we would have to consider your, quarterly cycle if you have any mid-year assessment and your annual year cycles. So learning self-service for learners and managers, it's mandate to be in Redwood by 24B. So for customers and partners who have not moved yet for Learn, I think it's the right time that we focus on moving the entire learning self-service, because post that, by 24B, end of 24B, it's going to be a mandate to be in the Redwood UI. Checklist and onboarding is replaced by journeys. So most of you already would be aware of what journeys are. The journeys on Redwood are very interesting and intuitive. And we've got time till 24D to, make those changes. And final ESS, MSS. So when we say final ESS, like all transactions that could be accessed like an employee or like a manager through the self-service would be in Redwood by end of 24D. So you can plan how you want to do, which part of transactions you want to take, and when do you want to take. So you can connect with, your service partners, and our team SMEs can help you to plan journey, because it's going to be different for every customer. So that requires a detailed plan. So, but by end of 25B, so that's when you're on 25B, all your ESS and MSS transaction has to be in Redwood, and that's a mandate. So moving on to personalizations, and why are we specifically talking about personalizations in Redwood is because the way the pages are going to be personalized, or way the transactions are going to be customized, or validations are going to be done is a little different in the Redwood, where there is a new concept called Visual Builder Studio, which enables us to personalize or customize the pages with greater ease, and it's easier to maintain. So business rules are one concept within the Visual Builder Studio Express mode, which helps us. So using Visual Builder Studio and business rules, you can do page personalization. So this has been effective since 23D. Transaction Design Studio also has been enabled. Validation rules that we would want to keep on the page or on the list of values or on the searches, all of that has been enabled to be personalized using Visual Builder Studio from 24A. And we're also expecting autocomplete rules to be done using business rules in 24B. So what does all this mean is that there is going to be a change in the way customizations or personalizations are to be handled. And whatever personalizations you already have in your existing UI, the responsive, or I'm not sure, most of you would not be on Classic by now, so you should have been in responsive already. So whatever customizations or personalizations that you have on those pages are to be assessed and then moved appropriately in the right way to the Redwood UI. And Oracle has also provided a tool which will help us to assess what are these personalizations, how do I migrate them. And so as partners, we'll be, as your implementation partner and SI, we will be able to help you in terms of guiding you how to take over this transition so that it is as seamless and smooth as possible, thereby reducing any business impact, because most of this could be your end user or manager self-service pages. One note of caution is that approvals and notifications are certain aspects that we would have to revisit, retest, and ensure it's working fine in the new UI. So this would be handled by us as part of our Redwood testing that we would do for our customers. So with this, I've come to an end of what is the generic update of Redwood. Before I hand it over to Milan, who will take us through details of every module, starting from ORC, then benefits, compensation, and HRHD, we would just like to have a quick poll where we would like to understand where are you today in the journey of the Redwood. You don't have to worry if you've not begun, because we are there here to help you for that, and we will be there throughout the journey till 25. So let's have the poll right now. Okay, looks like there's a little bit of technical glitch in starting the poll. Milan, could you continue with our detailed presentation, please?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So,
oh, thanks. Sorry, Milan. I see Peter has responded saying the poll is visible on top. So if it's visible, please, we'll give a couple of seconds for you to finish the poll.
Sure. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you were able to answer the poll question. For anybody who's got any questions or would like to share feedback or ask more questions, you can use the Q&A window or the chat window, and I'll be here to respond as Milan takes over the session. Thank you, Milan, and over to you.
Thank you, Priya. So hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I think you have all joined from different part of the world. So let's begin with the Redwood journey, that what we have achieved or what we have received as a part of 24A upgrade or till now as a part of Redwood UI. So first we will start with the Oracle Recruitment Cloud. So in Oracle Recruitment Cloud, within the Recruitment Activity Center, we have received a new UI for the renew expire request sections. So within this screen, now we are able to enhance, and with this enhancement, like we no longer have to go to the job application detail page, and within this activity center page we will be able to renew the interview feedback request, and that request that we are going to renew is going to be available for next 14 days. Like it is going to be renewed by for next 14 days. So if we talk about the quick analysis that we have seen by receiving this enhancement, we can see on the right side that impact level is low because it is a very quick feature or enhancement that has been provided by Oracle. Whether we need to enable, no, we don't need to enable. It is auto enabled by Oracle. It is just kind of enhancement to the current page. Do we need to do any configuration? No, it is by default available, so we don't need to do any configuration. In terms of quick win, yes, that will be a quick win because now we no longer need to do multiple clicks and navigate to the different pages in terms of renewing the particular expired request. So we can now able to do it from this screen. Moving to the next announcement, so Oracle has provided within the recruitment the search announcement in the hiring event screen. So now candidate can able to use the this particular page. It is now more enhanced where they can able to search by my location search. They can create the search. They can able to search by postal code. So within if they put some postal code, they will be able to see nearby locations or nearby jobs which is available posted for that particular suitable location. They can also able to use distance calculator in terms of identifying whether there is any job posted within 40 miles or any job location or any job requisition available for during that particular range. So they will be able to use distance calculation as well. In terms of radius search, it is the support is located for all the search modes. So they have provided four different variants in terms of using and enhancing this particular feature for the candidates. So yes, this was the another enhancement that we have received in the recruitment part. With this, currently we have received only few updates in the recruitment modules. Currently, if we talk from the employee self-service point of view, opportunity marketplace, which is previously known as current jobs or internal jobs, that has been enhanced from the employee self-service point of view in Redwood. Now it is called opportunity marketplace. It was released in 23B. Oracle is keep and enhancing that particular page to make it more user friendly and make it more accessible to the candidates or the internal employees. And another page is for the recruitment, where in the recruitment activity center that we have seen in the previous slide that they have released a redesigned page where they can able to renew the request. So with this, we have only currently two updates available in the Redwood into the Oracle recruitment modules. Now I will move to the next module. So I will start with the compensation. So we will see what are the updates that we have received till now in the compensation module. So if we talk about the compensation module history, Oracle has started releasing first on the employee service pages. So till now, if you have seen the behavior from 23D or 23C, you will see that majority of the screens are on the employee self-service. Then Oracle has started rolling it for the line managers. And now there are a few announcements that Oracle has provided it for the HR specialist or compensation specialist. So if we talk about our first screen that we have identified for the 24A upgrade is now we will able to use view compensation history page. It is for the employees, like they will able to see all the compensation history in the Redwood page. Again, there is a no functionality change. It is just the UI change that Oracle is provide, but you can see from the screenshot that it has enhanced the user design in such a way that you will be able to see everything in a one singular screen. You don't need to click expand or do more things. It will be everything will be visible here. In terms of quick analysis, like impact level is low. Yes, we need to enable some configuration in terms of some profiles to enable this particular page. Do we need to do any additional configuration? No, it is available out of the box. We just need to enable it and it is ready to go. It is just like a plug and play, we can say. And quick win, this is kind of a quick win where we can able to utilize a pre-designed page by Oracle. Moving to this is the another screenshot of the view compensation history where it will show the overall salary history and we can able to see the trends from the admin point of view as well. Moving to the next screen, the compensation info. So Oracle has also provided the compensation info into the Redwood page. Again, same, no change in the feature, change in the behavior. It is just change in the design of the particular page to make user experience better. In terms of configuration, there is no additional configuration needed. It is again some profiles need to be enabled, and based on that enable, you will be able to use this Redwood page. Moving to the next page for the change salary. So for HR specialist, Oracle has now provided a Redwood page for the change salary. Now, from this particular page, HR will be able to change the salary of an employee. Again, this page was not available into the Redwood before. So now Oracle has redesigned that particular page in Redwood to make it more experience aligned with the all Redwood pages. In terms of enabling this page, again, we need to enable some profile that will enable this particular Redwood page. There is no additional configuration needed, and this is considered a kind of a quick win for us. Moving to the next Redwood page in the compensation area, it is administrator compensation page. So in terms of managing a compensation for employees, HR specialists now can able to use the admin page from where they can manage all the compensation related things for the employees. Again, no change in the behavior. It is just the design. The page has been changed. Functionality remains same. In terms of impact analysis, it is a low impact because it is just a UI change. In terms of enabling this, we just need to enable the profile. There is no additional configuration needed, and it is considered as a quick win for us. So this is kind of the UI that HR specialists will able to see when they manage the administrator compensation pages for an employee. The next page is individual compensation plan, known as ICD, that we generally used to call. Again, Oracle has provided the responsive Redwood pages for the individual compensation plan. There is no functionality change in this particular page. It is just the redesigning of the page in the Redwood. It is considered as a quick win for us and no additional configuration needed for the same. The next part that Oracle has provided is now we can able to maintain the attachment in individual compensation plan. Again, in this new Redwood page, we will be able to attach the attachment within the individual compensation plan, or if you wanted to maintain the attachment within the individual compensation plan using this Redwood page, we'll be able to maintain that. In terms of configuration, it is available out of the box. We don't need to do anything. This will be ready to use whenever we enable the Redwood UI for the compensation. So here in the Redwood page, earlier there was no validations or no indications available whenever we miss the attachment or something like that. But now whenever we define the minimum attachment rules, system will highlight that you need to attach at least one document or whatever criteria that as we have specified in terms of configuring the individual compensation plan. So it will make employee as well as HR specialist user experience better in terms of indicating wherever applicable that this is the minimum criteria that you need to meet in order to move forward to the next transaction. This is the list of summary that we have identified starting from 23B in the compensation area with the navigation that these are the page that Oracle has released in the Redwood page. So if you have done your impact analysis and if you are ready to move to the Redwood pages for the compensation, these are the areas that you will see whenever you enable those pages. And as a Mastek, we will help you to move into this particular journey. We will help you to test this particular aspect. We will help you to do impact analysis of this particular part, whether these pages are working fine or not, or if there is any enhancement needed on those particular pages or not. These are the pages that are available as a part of compensation module. So there are 24 pages that are available, some for employee, some for line manager, as well as for the HR specialist. If you are having any questions, any queries, kindly put that in chat or Q&A session. Priya will be able to answer regarding compensation or recruitment that we have seen so far. I will just give you 1 or 2 minutes just to have a look into this list, and I will jump to the next module. Okay, so I will now move to the next module, which is our benefits module. So within benefit, Oracle has done some enhancement in terms of designing or redesigning the Redwood pages for self-service. So now as an employee, you can able to report a live event in the Redwood pages. This is just to improve the better experience of employee experience in terms of reporting a live event in Oracle benefits. Again, in terms of impact analysis, we just need to enable some profiles in terms of accessing this particular Redwood page. There is no additional configuration needed in terms of using this particular page, and it is considered to be a quick win for us in terms of using the new report a live event page for employee self-service. Moving to the next page, there is new page available in the benefits service center for the billing page. So now benefit specialist will able to use this particular page in Redwood. This page has been designed in Redwood UI, where they can able to manage all the billing related information for the benefit plan. Again, in terms of quick analysis, we just need to enable this page. It is plug and play kind of page. We don't need to do any additional configuration in order to use this particular page. Just the profile we need to enable, and it is going to be ready to ready to use. Moving to the next page, in the benefit, so it is benefit service center code order page. So now Oracle has provided a Redwood page for the benefit code orders, where we can able to maintain all the information related to benefit code orders in this new Redwood page. Again, it is same as our previous. There is no additional configuration needed in terms of using this. It is just we need to enable some profiles and it is ready to use. So as of now, we have identified 11 different pages in the benefit area that has been provided in the Redwood. This is the list of tasks and in which release that has been released by Oracle, and the navigation. If you are planning to use this particular page, this is the navigation that you will be able to access. When you enable the Redwood profiles for this particular pages, you will be able to access this pages from this navigation. Okay, now I will move to our last module, which is help desk. So many of the customers were already aware that Oracle has already started the releasing of next gen help desk. It is already in the Redwood UI. So the UIs are already there. If you're using the next gen, it is already in the completely in the Redwood. Oracle has provided some enhancement within the Redwood pages in till 24A. So our first enhancement that is we have received is using a tag feature. So now we can able to tag the service request. We can add multiple tags within a particular service request so that it is easy to identify, easy to report, and easy to categorize different types of tickets and the type of the issue that has been reported within that ticket. So this is kind of a nice enhancement that Oracle has provided within the next-gen help desk, HR help desk. Now, in terms of enabling that particular part, we just need to enable some profile that will enable this particular feature. There is no additional configuration needed in terms of enabling this page, and there is it is a very quick win for us in terms of helping agents or admin to maintain the different behaviors and trend of tickets that they've generally received so far. Moving to the next, there is an improvement in the employee self summary page. So in the summary page, Oracle has now provided many different fields as available out of the box, so that it is easy for employee and the agent and admin to identify, to search, and maintain the service record easily. So it will now show list of all the open cases, and they have provided some filters. It will also show links to employee summary page, and primary contact names will be available so that it will be easy for employee or agent or admin to identify the ticket and easily access those particular ticket. Oracle has now provided an extension that allow administrator to make the default message action be to be compose an internal note rather than compose a message. So earlier we used to use that feature for composing a message, but now we can also do internal notes. Admin can also compose internal notes from that screen as well. In terms of maintaining personalization or preferences of agents and admin, they can reorder the conversation message within the message tab within the particular help desk request. Business benefit that we see by getting this particular update in the employee self-service pages, it is improvement to the user experience. Additional, it will provide additional flexibility to the admin and help agent to see broader view of employee with whom they are interacting. They will able to easily categorize and easily able to see the trend without using the different types of reports and dashboards of which are already available. It will save agents time by not having to choose a default message action, and they don't need to switch between different tabs. They don't need to switch between different tickets. They can see the information on the employee summary page, and they can able to take action from that page only. Now, in terms of enabling this particular feature, we need to enable this particular feature by some enabling some profiles. There is some additional configuration needed in terms of accessing this particular features, and it is considered to be as a quick win. And in terms of impact, it is a very high impact because it will save so many resource time in terms of maintaining and managing all the service requests that has been raised in the system. In helpdesk 24A, we have identified these two features that we have seen. So manage stack and employee self-service page. These are the two features that has been provided in the Redwood UI Next-Gen helpdesk till 24A. Again, in future, we are going to see more and more enhancement and new pages that is going to be released by Oracle in the Redwood. And we will have this type of more and more sessions every quarter to keep you up to the speed in terms of what is Redwood and how we can go in the journey of migrating from responsive UI to the Redwood journey. Now we can have a quick poll in terms of what are the things that we have seen so far, and your valuable feedback will be helpful for us in terms of understanding and designing the session in future. Yep, I will hand over to Priya. Yep.
Thank you, Milan, for the insights. I'll give a few seconds for our attendees to share their valuable feedback here. Right. So quickly moving on to the next slide. So Milan, if you could please, thank you. Um, so we've seen what are the features of Redwood across three different webinars, right? So the first day we spoke about core HR, absence, payroll, OTL. Yesterday you must have been part of the session which talked about talent and learn, and today on these modules, right? So there is a clear indication that it's going to be a long journey that we would have to follow, and then how Mastek is going to help you in this entire journey. So it's not a one size that will fit everybody, because every customer's need is different. Every customer's personalization needs are different. And hence, we would have a detailed impact analysis that would be done for every customer. So all our customers who are part of our CHEMS engagement, managed services engagement, and who are part of our implementation journey, we will have an impact assessment and analysis done for implementation projects. Obviously, the scope of work, the time frame on the go live that's agreed, all of this would also form a major criteria in deciding how do we want to take up this journey. For managed services customers, we will have planned and phase-wise movement, so as to ensure there's no disruption to the pages or to the access, or for the regular business as usual. So for all implemented modules, so for customers where we've already implemented or who are part of our managed services engagement, we will do an analysis starting from journeys, recruiting, for HR, ESS, MSS, everything, absences, OTL. So whatever modules are implemented, detailed impact assessment of what are the changes that we can expect, when can we expect that, and how do we prepare ourselves in terms of it could be a bit of user training that would be required, in terms of communication to the business, to the end users. So all of this assessment will be done. There would be a fit gap analysis which would be done, which would tell us, using obviously Oracle's wonderful tool of migration from between responsive to Redwood. We will analyze what are the transactions, what are the page personalizations that we would have to be cautious of when we do this, or what is a gap that could arise, because as you see, it's a progressive movement, right? So today it might not be available as we transition, but it could come up, let's say, in the next quarter or the following quarter. And so then we propose a plan of how do we fit, and ensure that this gap is filled, right? So a fit gap document would be prepared. So this is all done as part of our impact analysis. As part of planning and change management, we will validate what are the customers, details in terms of personalizations or business rules or autocomplete rules that is already implemented? How is that going to be moved? And what kind of change management approach that we would have to bring in? If there is a process change from a customer standpoint or a end user or a business user standpoint, how do we handle that process change? And the phased manner, as I said, movement or and to ensure there's no disruption. From a deployment perspective, we will initiate this on first, obviously, a non-production environment where we would do a complete round of unit testing, which would involve areas pertaining to approvals, notifications, validations that we had triggered on the pages, or any autocomplete rules, anything to do with the entire end-to-end transaction cycle, right? So this testing would be done, and then this environment would be given to the customer for their testing and confirmation, and then there would be production migration that we would do. So as I keep repeating myself, it's not like I finished this in 2 months and I'm done. Yes, it could be done probably for example, Learn module, which is already ready. But when you look at core HR, especially the ESS, MSS parts, as and when Oracle is expanding its transactional pages for various modules like benefits or compensation, it also has an impact on the ESS and MSS pages. And that's where we would have to plan these effects and changes, because it cannot look too heavy for the end user, like your employees, that everything all of a sudden is changing. So we have to take this change gradually, and we've got that expertise because we have done that for most of our customers, if I have to say, and probably some new customers who came up and said, move us from classic to responsive. So it's no brainer for us. What we need here is more of a engagement with each of you, which we would begin after these webinars. So today is our last webinar session. So post this, you will have your support teams or your implementation teams connecting with you on, communicating what is the strategy that we want to follow. In a span of 2 to 3 weeks, you should receive an impact analysis for your respective project, depending on the phase of the project. So this could not be applicable for projects which is, let's say, in the UAT phase. So it would have a different time frame. But for most of the CHEMS customers, managed services customers, we would have an impact assessment that we will be able to deliver in a span of 2 to 3 weeks. And going forward as well, because as it's going to be multiple movements across various quarters. What we are going to do is, most of you must be aware that we conduct our quarterly webinar sessions, right, where we talk about what's new in the coming update. So we would make a separate section for Redwood, detailing what are the Redwood changes that's coming up in this quarter. So we, while we enable you to understand what are the new features, we also want to bring the, point here where most of the changes that Oracle would now bring in, and probably, it's already started from 24A, but 24B is going to be more heavy, is any change or any new feature is going to be on the Redwood, right? So it is very important, and at one stage, we won't be able to separate the new features and the Redwood because it's all together. You take the Redwood and you get this feature. For example, the Gen AI feature that most of us must have seen in the Oracle open world, where you have a manager who's able to fill in the performance feedback based on the multiple feedbacks received from the rest of the leaders of that particular team, and then consolidating a feedback and then rating a person. So it's all in a matter of click of a button that all of this happens using Gen AI. And if you see, this is something that's available only on Redwood, right? So most of the features, 99.9 features that Oracle is now going to release would be on Redwood. The only thing that we would have to be ready for a change, accept the change. There are going to be certain gaps, but we are there to support you to ensure the gaps are not impacting your business. And we will coordinate along with Oracle to ensure the gaps are minimized and reduced. And you are able to leverage the benefit of using Redwood. So with that closing note, I would like to move on and open the floor for Q&A. Please feel free to add your questions. We've got good amount of time. Thanks to Milan, who was able to finish detailing the session. So we've got good amount of time for our Q&A sessions. You can also share a subjective feedback if you would like to on the chat window, so that it would help us to improve our sessions further.
Yeah, we have one question from Sachin. What's the cutoff date given by Oracle?
So the cutoff date is different for every module, Sachin. So for example, as I in the beginning of the session, I explained, learn self-service is the cutoff is 24B, and for all employee self-service pages and manager self-service pages, it is 25B. So by 25B, all of your ESS and MSS pages should be on Redwood. And every module has got a different time frame. And in certain places, Oracle has not clearly stated on what pages are going to change and when are they going to change. So we've got like very generic statements that few pages are going to change, which Oracle would explain or announce a month or two before the release of that particular feature. I hope that answered your question, Sachin. Thank you. Do we have any more questions? Great. So what we would be doing post this is share our 3 days recordings and the decks that we had used for the last 3 webinars. And we would share that with each of the registrant. We know some of our customers were unable to join us because of the time zone difference or priorities of business. So we would share these with the registrants, and please feel free to reach out to your solution architects or SMEs or project managers or any connects that you have with Mastek, and we'll be glad to help you. While we will proactively, come and reach out to you with impact assessments. For anybody who's not our customer and they're on this call, thank you for joining. And if you have further questions, you can reach out to us, and we'll be happy to guide you during the process. Thank you all. Thanks for being patient and listening to us and making this very effective. I hope it was informative, and we're glad to help you. Thank you all.